What is up? This is Warren's Vlog. I'm here with episode 61. And tonight I will be covering Smackdown. It just went off the air. Smackdown also was in Phoenix tonight. So I didn't know WWE was double dipping. Cool. Alright, so because Raw was in Phoenix last night as well. Alright, so again, if you watched last night's video, you know how I do it from now on. Raw and SmackDown, basically. Well, Raw, I go hour by hour. SmackDown, I'm going to go hour by hour, but it's only 2 hours. So, let's get started. We start off with an AJ interview with Renee, which was kind of predictable because AJ Styles was not on SmackDown last week. Oh, before I get started, any music that you hear, I do not own the rights to. Just putting it out there. So, AJ wasn't on SmackDown last week, but he shows up here tonight, and Renee asks him about the fatal five-way match at Fastlane. And before Baron Corbin interrupted him, I'm going to break down what I didn't like about the AJ Styles. So you see my eyes. I'm going to break down what I didn't like about the AJ Styles promo and what I did like about the AJ Styles promo. So let's do negatives first so we can end on a good note. What I didn't like about the AJ Styles promo was that he was explaining to Renee in layman terms, which basically explained to Renee and explaining to the WWE Universe what a fatal five-way match is. And I just kind of felt like he was explaining it to like a 4-year-old. Like I felt insulted listening to it. She was like, you see that announce table over there? Right there, I'd love to put Kevin Owens to that announce table, but if I do that, Dolph Ziggler could pin Sami Zayn, and I could lose my WWE title. And then he was like, you see those stairs over there, Renee? Those stairs right there? I would love to crush Sami Zayn's head into the stairs, but if I do that, Dolph Ziggler could pin Baron Corbin, and I could lose my WWE title. One thing I noticed about that is that he put Ziggler over in both of those scenarios, which was cool. Okay. So I didn't like the way that he explained the Fatal 5-Way match. I kind of felt insulted listening to it. But this is what I did like about it. Now, what I liked about it was that he put everybody over in the match. Except for Corbin, because Corbin interrupted him. But he said, Ziggler is a multi-time champion. He's a show-off, but he's not phenomenal. Then he said Sami Zayn is relentless. At times, with or without Kevin Owens, he's a good athlete or whatever, but I can beat him. And then he put Kevin Owens over. He said, Kevin Owens is big, he's athletic, I know what he's capable of, but I can beat him. And I really appreciate the fact that AJ Styles put everybody over in the match that he was in, except for Corbin, because Corbin cut him off. Now, what I want to do real quick is I want to make a callback to one of the Rock's promos in 2000. When it was on Raw, and it was the go-home Raw for that year's Armageddon. That year's Armageddon was a 6-man Hell in a Cell match. And watching it as a kid, I laughed because it was funny. But listening to AJ Styles' promo tonight, and then thinking about that promo, thinking about what The Rock did, I realized that The Rock did not put any of his competitors over at all. He insulted Kurt Angle. Told him, what he was doing is he was imitating the WWE superstars, saying that, I'm Kurt Angle, I'm going to drink a glass of milk and pop some Viagra. And the Rikishi is still playing to this day. I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. He insulted The Undertaker, talked about him riding around on his motorcycle, or his eyes rolling in the back of his head, or something like that. Made fun of Triple H, made fun of Stephanie McMahon, who wasn't even in the match. And then made fun of Austin and said he listened to Backstreet Boys. He didn't put any of the competitors over. And then I noticed that The Rock never did that. The Rock just insulted them. And then more times than not, he beat them. And it's like, well, fuck, they were jabronis. Just like The Rock said. But with AJ Styles here, what he did tonight is he put everybody over. And I really appreciated that. So, back to AJ Styles. He talked about Kevin, put him over. Talked about Sammy, put him over. Talked about Ziggler and put him over. And he said, but there's just one other guy, and then Corbin's music hits. So Baron Corbin comes out and interrupts and starts talking shit. And not really necessarily talking shit. What he's saying is true. Because he has beaten AJ Styles. He beat AJ Styles at Hell in a Cell last year, which I was there for in Detroit, for the U.S. title, and then he beat AJ Styles in a rematch. So Baron Corbin is 2 up on AJ Styles. Very valid points. Kevin Owens comes out and interrupts him, and then they argue a little bit, and Kevin Owens says some shit. Kevin Owens starts talking about Shane McMahon, then Shane McMahon's music hits. Shane McMahon gets booed. Not definitively booed, but you get some cheers. It's like, to be honest, it's almost kind of like a Roman Reigns, John Cena reaction. Which, by the way, I forgot to talk about this last night. Roman Reigns got that, let's go Roman sucks. So Roman is officially in that category right now of John Cena, because he literally got the let's go Roman sucks. So anyway, back to SmackDown. So Shane comes out and makes 2 matches. He makes a match immediately following this segment, Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler, and he sets up the main event for the night, which is Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles. I kind of tuned out. Like, I watched it, but I didn't watch it. Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. Reason being is that I've seen these guys wrestle at least 10 times since 2015. And the thing is, the matches are not bad. Like, tonight's match was great. Kevin Owens did a slingshot elbow drop thing. That was awesome. Everything was fluid. Everything was fine. But I've seen it before. It's like, it was just kind of there for me. Like I said, at least 10 times I've seen these guys wrestle. At least. Since 2015. It's 2018. It's been 3 years, and I've seen these guys wrestle numerous times. So, that being said, the match was fine. The ending, Sami Zayn came out, and his music played. Dolph Ziggler was distracted. Kevin Owens kicked him in the side of the head and pinned him for the 1-2-3. The super kick was vicious, because it was a super kick to the side of the head, so it looked brutal. But the whole being distracted by somebody's music and then losing the match, I've seen that dozens of times, and that just kind of gets old to me after a while. So there goes Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. They showed a Charlotte video package, which was whatever. I guess it was cool. I guess. Then we go to Jinder Mahal's promo, and this is where, yeah, Raw was the better show. I killed my finish. I'll get to that later. But this is, I can't. Like, so last week, or 2 weeks ago, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago, WWE started this thing on Smackdown where it's like a top 10 list. But the top 10 list, are the top 10 superstars on SmackDown Live. But the top 10 list is not decided or generated by the fans. It's generated by the superstars on SmackDown Live. That's dumb in itself. That alone is stupid. If it was something that the fans decided, it would still be stupid. But the fact that the wrestlers themselves decide who the top 10 are is fucking retarded. So, and I was afraid that they were going to make a storyline out of it, and fuck them for doing it. Fuck them for doing it. They did. They made a storyline out of it. And it started last week. And this week, it makes even less sense. Like, so Jinder comes out, and apparently my music's too loud. I'm getting complaints here. People knocking on the doors and shit. So Jinder comes out and starts cutting this promo on Bobby Roode. He says, I've discovered this secret about Bobby Roode. And he shows this top 10 list with Bobby Roode as number 1 and everyone else is where they're at. Of course, Mahal's not on the list. And he tries to I guess, convince Randy Orton that Bobby Roode doesn't respect him. But my thing that I can't wrap my head around is kayfabe. In kayfabe, why would Jinder Mahal care if Bobby Roode doesn't respect Randy Orton. It doesn't make any sense at all. So Bobby Roode cuts him off, and he says what I'm thinking. He says, "Forget Randy Orton. It's about you and me. It's about you and me, not about Randy Orton." And Randy Orton comes out, and Orton and Roode attack Jinder Mahal. Orton tries to RKO's Roode. Roode counters, hits him with the Glorious DDT. Jinder Mahal hits him with the Colossus. Jinder Mahal is the last man standing again. So here's what I'm confused about. Bobby Roode says it's just about me and Randy. It's about me and you, referring to Jinder Mahal. Well, if that's the case, why the fuck does Shane McMahon or Daniel Bryan rather make a U.S. title match between Bobby Roode and Randy Orton if it's not about Randy Orton? That doesn't make any sense. It's still 4 weeks left until Fastlane, so I'm assuming that Jinder Mahal is going to get added to this match. He almost has to at this point. But that top 10 list is dumb. It's fucking retarded. And it was at this very moment that I decided that Raw won for the week. But I will explain why at the end of the video. Okay. And the whole Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan thing, listen, either make out or fight. Like, I know it's a slow burn, but I'm getting tired of it already. Okay. 6-woman tag. See, this is a double whammy. So, because it's like 2 things happened back to back that pissed me off and made me want to pick Raw as the winner for the week. So, Raw has a 6-woman tag team match to close the show. What does Smackdown do? Smackdown has a 6-woman tag team match. Now, you can argue that the match was made last week and maybe Raw copied SmackDown. But no, fuck that. I'm not even going to entertain that. SmackDown's copying Raw, and I'm sick of it. Let's look at the 2 women's factions we have here. We have Absolution on Raw, and we have the Riot Squad. Try to say that 3 times fast on SmackDown. Both factions do the exact same thing every fucking week. The motivations are the same. They want to take over the women's division. And I gotta wonder, where is this leading to? Like, are they gonna take over the women's division and then fight at WrestleMania? Is it leading somewhere? Or is it just getting women or getting NXT call-ups on TV, which I'm all for getting NXT call-ups on TV. But they gotta come up with something more creative than having the same thing, having SmackDown mirror Raw every week with these women's storylines. And with Raw, it's even worse because Alexa Bliss is barely even featured in these storylines. It's all Absolution and Sasha Banks' forehead. Like, that's it. At least on SmackDown, Charlotte is featured properly, and you remember Charlotte as women's champion, unlike Alexa Bliss. But so we have the 6-woman tag. They replayed Sarah Logan spiking herself off the natural selection, which was glorious. That was the best part of SmackDown, and it happened last week. Just them showing a replay to me was the best part of SmackDown tonight, which is pretty sad. So Corey Graves really impressed me here, and I never was the hugest Corey Graves fan, but tonight, specifically during this match, he impressed me because Corey Graves did a wonderful job of putting over the face team. He put over everybody in this match, but he put over Charlotte, Becky, and Naomi, saying they're all former women's champions, and they all have egos, and that's why they're going to stab each other in the back eventually, versus the Wyatt Squad, who's a unified front. So basically what Corey Graves did is he used the accomplishments of the face team to explain how there's cracks in their team because they all have egos, as opposed to the Riot Squad, who was a united front. And then he said about the Riot Squad, he said Liv Morgan's from New Jersey and nothing good comes out of New Jersey, which I laughed. That might have been the second best part of SmackDown tonight, was that line. Sarah Logan is from a backwoods country or something like that, and then Ruby Wyatt grew up in a broken home. So, again, using those differences within the Riot Squad to explain why they are a united front. And lo and behold, the Riot Squad won the match. So with the Riot kick on Becky, I believe. Okay, that 6-woman tag team match crossed into the second hour, so we're in the second hour now. I'm getting the Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho vibe of 2017 with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn here. Um, I feel like they just recycled that storyline and they're going to put it in this year, and Kevin Owens is going to fight Sami Zayn in WrestleMania. And Sami Zayn even said that he would lay down for Kevin Owens at Fastlane. So I'm looking forward to see where that goes. Um, and then let's see what we have next. The New Day versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Sorry, I had to. Speaking of which, where the fuck were the Usos tonight? Like, did they not get booked? What happened to the Usos? They're tag team champions. Where the fuck was Shinsuke Nakamura? Shinsuke wasn't on SmackDown tonight. SmackDown was fucking up. But anyway, so we have the New Day versus Chad and Shelton Benjamin. And wait, my Nate dog, hold up. Hey, what about the Bludgeon Brothers? Hold up. Hey, what happened to the Bludgeon Brothers? Because this match is for the number one contendership for the tag titles at Fastlane. But the Bludgeon Brothers have been coming out every single week, getting in the faces of the Usos. And then they smashed the TV last week that the Usos were on. So the New Day wins. We get New Day versus Usos, which is reaching the Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler level of matches that have happened too much. Although I can honestly say I really enjoyed their feud last year, and I was at Hell in a Cell to see the climax of it. But so again, the Bludgeon Brothers come out and they confront the New Day, and then they beat up some jobbers. So where's that gonna go? Like, for weeks, you've conditioned me to believe that the Bludgeon Brothers are going to challenge the Usos, and then you have a tag match with Benjables and the New Day for the number one contendership for the tag titles. I don't get it. I gotta assume that the Bludgeon Brothers are gonna maybe face the winner of the Usos and the New Day at WrestleMania, or they'll get added to the match and it'll be a triple threat. I don't know, but yeah. All right. And then, let me also talk about the heel dynamic, because the New Day kind of cheated to win. And you have Corey Graves, the heel announcer, jumping on the faces for doing a heelish tactic. And Byron Saxton basically saying, well, pancakes, and it's fun, and it's entertainment, and it's pancakes. Oh, man, this show was a mess. So I don't know if I can keep up with these Raw and SmackDowns review every week. It's going to be the death of me. All right, so Ruby challenged Charlotte at Fastlane for the women's title on Twitter. So that happened. SmackDown the SmackDown announcers were promoting Raw's pay-per-view this Sunday, which I still don't understand that. Now, if what I told you guys last night is true, which I'm still not sure if it's true or not, I told you guys that WWE is going to be combining the pay-per-views after WrestleMania. If that's true, then I guess it really doesn't matter at this point. But they've been doing this shit since the brand extension, which it doesn't make any sense. Especially if you add in the whole war between Raw and SmackDown. Why would you promote your rival's pay-per-view? It doesn't make sense. Even if it is to promote the network. Whatever. Main event, AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. I didn't write anything down for this match because I didn't want to start a new page. That being said, the match was well paced. It was a good match. They really told the story of the I like to call it the David Goliath dynamic, was really good. AJ Styles using his quickness to outsmart Corbin, and Corbin using his strength and power to just pummel AJ. Good storytelling. I feel like it was a little bit rushed at the end, like around the 9:54, 9:55 mark. Like, you could tell they were rushing to get shit done. That being said, the match was cool. AJ Styles won with the phenomenal forearm. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out and attack AJ Styles, and then Baron Corbin makes the save and takes out Owens and Styles, or takes out Owens and Sami Zayn, and Owens is the last man standing. Or I'm sorry, Baron Corbin is the last man standing after taking out Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So even though Corbin lost the match, he still stood tall, which I like that because it's like he loses, but he still looks good, which is important. And you have 4 weeks to make each man in this match look like a threat. Well, I should say the 4, being Owens, Zayn, Ziggler, and Corbin, look like threats to AJ's title. You got 4 weeks to do that, and I'm sure it'll just fine. Okay, so I know I've already given away my finish, and I was going to decide which show won for the week, Raw or SmackDown. And Raw won blindfolded, hands tied behind their back with no testicles, and one eye missing, and a nose missing, and a foot missing. Raw won hands down. I just, now the problem, this may be me personally though. I was not engaged in the matches that they had on SmackDown tonight. And that's got nothing to do with the WWE or the product they put on. That's me. And this is my video and it's my personal opinion. I just wasn't engaged. Because matches, I've seen them before, number one. Benjables and New Day. We saw that last week. Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. We've seen that, like I said, numerous times between 2015 and 2018. What else they had? The 6-woman tag. We may not have seen that match before, specifically with those wrestlers, which I'm pretty sure we have, but we saw another 6-man tag on Raw. So I just wasn't engaged in the matches. Now, all the other shit, that is WWE's fault. They put on some crap promos. The promos are crap. The gender shit made no sense. Yeah, so that just goes it for me. Raw won for the week, hands down. Again, you had Seth Rollins being the Iron Man, wrestling for 65 minutes in that gauntlet match. The 6-women tag match was good. Sheamus and Cesaro lost their match to Titus Worldwide. That was better than it should have been. So yeah, Raw was the better show. And I think SmackDown's kind of spinning its tires a little bit because they have a month until Fastlane. And that's probably why they're spinning their tires the way that they are. But yeah, so Raw won for the week. Coming up this week, I will do my prediction video for Elimination Chamber when it's available, when the entire card is available. I might throw in a retro pay-per-view for y'all to review. And I'm also going to go back and review the pay-per-views I didn't review last year too. So, yeah, this has been episode 61. I'm Warren Freeman. It's been real. You guys have a wonderful night.